All right. Welcome, everybody, to the 2020 Contributor Celebration. Looking at those of you on chat, how do we sound? Welcome. I see everybody typing. Chris Short says audio is good, so we are live. Welcome, everybody, to the Contributor Celebration. It's here. It's the end of the year. This video will be your introduction and orientation to what's happening on today. We're going to be sticking this video in the topic of the Hash General channel. I believe Allison is posting this in the announcements now. And this YouTube URL basically is the instructions. We're going to try to keep it short. So when you invite someone and they're like, hey, what's going on? Send them this link. And then we will, they'll be able to just watch this and get all the instructions. I am George Castro, co-chair of SIG Contributor Experience.
I am Bob Killen, the other co-chair of SIG Contributor Experience.
And welcome to our celebration. First things first. Kates.dev/celebration. Everything that you need, everything that we are covering here will be on Kates.dev/celebration. Instructions for Discord, how the invites work, all that sort of stuff. The schedule is on there as well. And I've put a direct link to the schedule in the general chat itself. And if someone could repost that and just inline that in chat, that would be really useful. Everything that I'm talking about here will be on the schedule. We're using sketch.com, just like CNCF. Events. So use your mobile app and all that good stuff. The Twitter hashtag for this will be #KCC2020. Any retweeting of anything that we're doing would be appreciated, especially those things that are being posted from the Kates contributors account. We could always use a hand spreading the word with that. Before we get started, though.
Now, most of you in the Kubernetes community are already probably familiar with this, but the general Kubernetes Code of Conduct is in effect. You can find a copy of this at kates.dev. It'll actually be linked from the kates.dev celebration page if you'd like to read it. It will also be in Discord itself. You actually have to click little Kubernetes emoji in Discord and accept the Code of Conduct before you can join. For the most part, honestly, it really sort of just boils down to please be excellent to each other.
All right. Welcome, everybody. And with that, I see a bunch of you in the general chat. Feel free to introduce yourselves. Tell us where you're listening in from in the world. Start to introduce each other. This is really early for a lot of people as well. So as people join throughout the day and things like that, we wanted to get this video out. So as you are joining and getting to know the system and stuff, please help us. You can help us by helping people out as they figure out the system. So we asked everybody, hey, what do you want to do this year? So normally during KubeCon and Cloud Native Con, a few days before, the Kubernetes contributors have what we call the Contributor Summit. This is twice a year where we actually get to meet in real life and kind of have high bandwidth conversations that don't really fit well in a remote environment. It's a chance to get to know each other, for SIGs to sit down, participate, figure out what they're going to do for the year and just generally get to know each other. So for us, for contributors, these 2 times of the year are really important for us to get some actual face time and, get to know each other. This project is a lot more than just the software. So when we decided, oh no, COVID, there's no physical events, what do you all want to do? We sent out a survey and most of you said you wanted to do absolutely nothing. You said, I am done with virtual events. Don't make me record a video and watch it again. I don't want to do this. And we pretty much take that to mean, wouldn't it be great if we could just sit around on Discord and play video games all weekend, have a bunch of fun, figure out some neat things to do, watch The Mandalorian tonight, that kind of thing, but do it all together. So that's how this idea came to be. We even had some people say, are you crazy doing this the week of release? But you know what? It is the end of the year. You've all worked very hard. You've earned this. So we will be going all day today and into the weekend, which is optional if you want to stick around to do so. Also, welcome friends of the Kubernetes project. Due to there being a lack of physical rooms, we don't have any physical limitations. So we decided, you know what, the cloud native ecosystem is more than just Kubernetes. So we've opened this up to other projects. If you're working on those projects, feel free to say hello in chat. Welcome. And the invite system will be going throughout the course of the weekend. So if you have a friend or something that's working on another project, feel free to send them to kates.dev/celebration to register. So we've opened this up to the general OSS community. Open source is big, but it's not that big. So if you have a friend or something that's working in open source and they're looking for a safe space to hang out with other people and just relax and play some games in a respectful environment, by all means, please invite them. And those of you who are here, you are most welcome. We're going to quickly go over some major events in the schedule, which I will paste in the channel here, and we'll ensure that is on the website and things like that. So the first one is going to be the most excellent Kubernetes challenge. This is a derivative of the DevOps party game. Ian Coldwater, Jeremy Mice, and a bunch of community folks are going to hop into some panels. They've generated some really interesting Kubernetes trivia questions. And so there will be panels. Audience participation will be awesome. We'll be live streaming this one with your chat and your emojis and all that kind of fun stuff. And there's a lot of heavy audience participation involved in this. There are 2 sessions. One will be later today, and the second one tomorrow will be more friendly, we feel, for the European time zones. Check the schedule for the exact time in your time zone and make sure you get that app on your mobile device. Speaking about prizes, we will be giving away a Kubernetes t-shirt about every hour, thanks to our friend Marco Ceppi from the Cloud Custodian Project. He's written and automated a little bot that will give away a t-shirt every hour. So in that general chat, every hour, there's going to be an announcement. When someone wins a t-shirt, make sure you give them a hug. If you win a t-shirt, you will get a PM from the bot giving you instructions on where in the CNCF store to go and what code to use and all that kind of things like that. During the Most Excellent Kubernetes Challenge, we will be giving away way more t-shirts at a faster rate. So you're going to want to check those out when the community is gathering together into these big events. We will definitely be letting loose the rate limiter, if you know what I mean, when it comes to giving away the Kubernetes t-shirt. You'll be given enough funds to buy a t-shirt and 2 stickers for any CNCF project from their store. And if you want to buy something else, you can cover that cost yourself if you so choose. So with that, check it out. The swag is great. CNCF store always makes good stuff. Shout out to Michigan. So that'll be fun. Now, remember, the bot does take idling into account. So you need to be participating this in order to win a shirt. There will be no repeats, and it will be great. And we also have the
Cloud Native Bake Off. You'll be able to join the food channel for this. It's taking place at noon Pacific time tomorrow. This is going to be interesting. Essentially, a whole bunch of people have signed up and are making Kubernetes themed baked goods. We've even seen one person involve a 3D printer. So this is going to be really interesting. It's going to be hosted by Paul Czar, and we'll have like a couple fun, one-offs and challenges. You'll be able to see, Paris Pittman and Sarah Novotny go head to head for the
great community manager showdown.
The great community manager showdown. Thank you, George. In any case, it should be a lot of fun. There'll be some delicious treats. And while we can't, necessarily share them out about, in person right now, go get yourself a cupcake or something like that. Enjoy it and have fun along with everyone else. Next, we have the Contributor Awards. These, honestly, if you're going to retweet or share something, please share this. These awards are, this year's been rough. These are people in the past year that have done amazing things for the community. The nominations for this come from the SIGs and the SIG leads. These are largely, a way for us to recognize the awesome work that these people have done. There's we were kind of overwhelmed the amount of people that wound up getting nominated. There's roughly around 40 people, and that's awesome. That's awesome to hear that so many people are doing awesome things, especially these days. But yes, if you could please share the link for this. If you're going to tune in for anything, please tune in for this.
And some of you couldn't just help yourselves to have to submit some sessions. So we do have a few. Lori Apple is going to be doing a tea and time management session. You'll find that on the schedule, where she's going to share some of her time management tips and general work-life balance stuff. And if you're anything like Bob and I, you forgot that the KubeCon and Cloud Native Con CFPs are due on Sunday. So Sunday, all the way up that evening, all the way up to the CFP deadline, you may feel free to come hop on and join us in Discord and help us do your CFPs. We're all going to be suffering together.
We'll be doing our own during that time too. So don't worry, you're not alone.
Yes. And we are keenly aware that if we would have listened to Lori's session in the first place, we wouldn't need to have this CFP session to begin with. And lastly, this one is today. It's before the award ceremony, but after this, Jonas Rosland has started a video game preservation society and has learned a bunch of stuff. And there's some things he would like to share with the community that he feels would be things to know. And since we're playing video games all day, that would be a fun session. So make sure you check the schedule for that. Other shenanigans, Bob.
Yep. So first, we actually have a photo booth now. One of the big things that we do every year, well, not just every year, but like at every contributor summit, we try and get like a large group photo. You can sort of see the last one in the background of Jeff there. Now, we can't really do this, well, we can't do it right now, but we can make like use this little photo booth and take the submissions and do a giant collage. So we can sort of get together. If you go follow this link, the link is also in the general channel, and I believe it's also posted on the Kates.dev celebration website. There'll be a variety of backgrounds and like other little fun things you can toss in there. Feel free to after you take your picture, toss it in the general channel or tweet it out with the KCC 2020 hashtag. Next, the big thing for this is we have a lot of games. Now, the majority of these games are actually suggestions from y'all. During the registration form, they had suggestions. The ones that got the most, we wound up creating channels for. So we have a fairly large population of people that love to play Animal Crossing. Among Us is definitely like super, super, super popular. There's also a fairly large contingent of people that like play Destiny. Now, we're not just limited to like video games. There's also board games. A lot of people were interested in doing sort of that. So, there might be some Ticket to Ride, pop into the board games channel, see about, sort of like, LFG, but for board games. We can, just try and get something together and do something fun.
We also have Hash Theater. Ends up there's a really slick browser plugin that y'all can install and then log into your favorite streaming sites like Netflix, Hulu, and Disney Plus, and it helps synchronize your watch together so that you can all watch TV shows and stuff on your computer, and then just hang out and chat for the commentary of the MST3K. We do know that there's a new episode of Mandalorian that just dropped, so everyone's excited to see that. If you are interested in helping us organize an F1 race watch on Sunday morning, please ping me. But we have that channel there. Looks like people are already starting to self-organize. We've seen this being used in events, did not have time to test it. So in usual Kubernetes fashion, I know we'll all help figure out how it works and document it for the community and have a good time. We will try literally any idea or session that you have. Everything that we have so far has been ideas that have come from you. The schedule is basically empty. The moderators and staff are here to create what channels you want. If there's a game listed that you don't want to do and you decide you want to, grab a few people and organize a Diablo room, by all means, we can create voice channels for you and whatnot. So if you have any ideas or anything, literally our imagination is the limit, and we'll get into how to let us know and how to contact us in a minute. With that, a quick Discord TLDR. For those of you that have not used Discord before, this might be a different change from you. So I'm going to give you some tips. We do link to the Discord documentation in kates.dev/celebration. Specifically the stuff on audio video testing. You might want to check that out. But I'll give you some of the major points I think that are important before we let you go here. The first is your nickname. So you can right click on your name in the UI. First of all, on the right side of your window, you're going to see everybody who's participating. And on the left side of the window, you're going to see all the channels. Unlike Slack, it shows you everything on this server instance that we use. So as you click on channels on the left, that will immediately take you to that channel. And some channels are voice. So there's a distinction in UI there between text channels and UI channels. We have dedicated channels for you to paste in links and things like that. So if you right click on your name and edit your profile, you'll be able to edit your nickname. This is where people are putting their pronouns. So that's a good place to do that if you do so. We're also asking for today's event, don't impersonate other people. Call yourself what you want, but it would be really difficult to moderate if you're all called Ian. So please help us out to keep that sane for us, and we really appreciate it. Also important, when you're in a voice channel, you can right click on any person's name and adjust that person's individual volume. So if someone is too loud, like George is being right now, you can go and adjust them to 20% or whatever volume is appropriate. If you plan on being in a channel for a long time, do this. Trust me, it will help you with your ear fatigue and just get the volume levels to something sane. Everyone has different microphones, different quality equipment. And that's a really good tip that will help you make the weekend go a little bit smoother. And finally, on the right, the usernames are color-coded. This red/purpley thing is the administrators. Those are the members of SIG Contributor Experience. Shout out to those folks who are volunteering to help this out. The moderators, which you will recognize as our Slack moderators and members from the Kubernetes Code of Conduct Committee, will be that yellow color, and that denotes that they are a moderator. And then most of you will be in blue, which is just a trusted person. We do not allow anyone on unless they've accepted the Kubernetes code of conduct. So if there is an issue, you can do a few things. /report space name works with a reason, similarly to how we work on Slack. You can ping any of the moderators, or you can always ping myself, Bob, or any of the people who are administrators if an issue comes up. Things are
or you can ask in Mod Chat Public.
And we have the Mod Chat Public channel if you want to hop in there. Really, really big thanks to the members of SIG Contributor Experience who are helping and donating their weekend to help make this a success. So if you see those people working really hard, give them a virtual hug for us. And with that, have a wonderful time. Awards are going to be great. And generally speaking, feel free to hang out all day. We'll be posting things in the announcements section, specifically YouTube URLs to our videos. You can always help us out by helping spread the word. At Kate's Contributor, which Broberg, if you're listening, toss that link into the general chat, is our contributor Twitter handle. So feel free to use that. And with that, Bob, any last?
Honestly, have fun. A lot of us will be idling in some of the voice channels. Feel free to just hop in and start the chat. Maybe we'll go off and do something like a random Among Us game. Who knows? Either way, have fun. That's the point of this. With that, I think that's it, George.
With that, we'll see everyone in Discord, and everyone have a good time. Thanks. Dan, you want to say hi to everyone? Stay safe, folks, and thank you for coming.
Enjoy.